We're going to start off with some pursed lip breathing. I want you to relax your upper body. We're going to breathe in through our nose and out through pursed lips like you're blowing out a candle. In through the nose, out through pursed lips. Let's do 3 more breaths like that. Just going at your own pace. We're going to go right into deep belly breathing or diaphragmatic breathing from here. We're going to place one hand on our upper chest, one on our upper abdomen. We're going to keep this hand nice and relaxed and still, so keep those shoulders loose. This hand is going to move with our diaphragm. We're going to take our breath in through the nose, push our belly out. Exhale, feel it fall. Breathe in, push out. Exhale, relax. Let's do 2 more like that. And relax. Good. From here, we're going to go into a warm-up.
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us for a warm-up for cardiac and pulmonary rehab. Remember, go at your own pace. We have 3 simple rules, as you all know. Breathing is not optional, it's mandatory. Do not choke, because now you're at home and don't have anybody to help you. And 3, please do not fall. So safety is number 1. Pay attention to the flooring that you're on right now. Make sure your feet are not going to stick and that you're going to trip and fall. Make sure, like my friends behind me, you have something to hold on to if you need to. We're going to start by marching. Nice and slow, you go at your pace. The goal of the warm-up is what, everybody? Come on, to get the blood flowing. There we go. So, keep moving. If one thing feels better than the other, that's what you're going to do. And we're going to take it wide, lifting up those knees a little bit higher, warming up the hips, and just keep moving. Make sure that everything feels good. This is a great time to check in with your body. If something isn't feeling quite right, guess what? Don't do it. Go back to something else that feels better. We're going to start by pointing our toes to the side. Bend your knee. Point your toes and get your upper body into this now. We're going to press across, belly buttons to the spine. Press, press, press. And for all of those out there that were thinking it would be great to hear my lovely voice, you've got it now. It's so soothing and calming. I know you're going to listen to this all day long. And tap it side to side. And wait until the quiet people behind me get talking, because they have great voices too. Right, Yanni? And then Carrie is so sweet and soft-spoken, and Miss Carol Sue does such a great job of taking care of all of you and rolling her eyes at all of us going, they're crazy. Heels in front, everybody, press it forward. If you need to hold on to your chairs, please do. That's why they're there. Press it forward. Keep breathing.
Having fun.
Have fun, laugh, put music on so you have something in the background other than this soothing voice. And holding onto your chair if you have it, curl your heel in. The goal of the warm-up is just to get the blood flowing. That's what we're working on, getting the body ready for exercise. We're bringing up our heart rate and our blood pressures, warming up our muscles and our joints. Tap it side to side here. And tap. Remember, if this doesn't feel good and marching feels great, start marching. And march right here. When we add our upper body, we bring that heart rate up higher, quicker. So pace, 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 pace. And march wide. Pick those knees up again. We're warming up those hips. Toes to the side, tummy's tight. Press across. Think belly button to the spine all the time, everyone. It makes you work your core, your abdominals. Think about standing up straight. It helps to protect and helps with your balance. Tap it side to side. And heels are back in front. We're pressing it forward. Now this one can be tricky. If you have a chair, feel free to hold onto it, but we're going to tap our toes back right here, back. I hope everybody's smiling out there. Remember, when you smile, endorphins start flying and you feel good. And here we go. Now we're going to curl our heel back, back, back. Take it a little bit wider if you can. And let's tap it side to side here. And let's march. Now remember, with your warm-up, start slow, build gradually. Let your body adapt to what you're doing. We don't want to go from nothing to all. Remember that in anything you're doing. You want to take your time and gradually build up. So we're going to take it wide right here, holding onto your chair. We're just going to lean into one side. Hip is out behind you, stretching out the inner thigh. Other side. And again, holding onto that chair if you have it. If not, back leg, heel into the ground, front knee is right over your ankle. You want to feel that stretch in your calf muscle. And other side. These are just some quick stretches for our problem areas. Once we're done this, we're going to move on to some weights, which Yanni will be leading. And come on up, everybody.
All right, everybody, we're going to do some weights, resistance training. Remember, the weights are very important for our overall health for everything, okay? So we're going to do each muscle group. The bicep curls first, palms facing forward and up, nice and slow, right? Up and down. Just moving your elbows. Bend the knees a little bit. You don't ever want to lock your knees out. Just nice and slow up and down. Do about 12. You know me, sometimes I like to do 13 reps because 13 is a fun number. But around 12 reps, okay, of each exercise we're doing. Remember, the weights are very important for bone density, heart health, metabolism, balance, ligaments, tendons, everything, okay? Let's do one more. Good. All right, triceps. This is the back of the arm. Okay, I'm going to show you from the side. Remember, you're bringing it in. All you're going to do is move your elbows. You're just going to push back and up, back and up. You can do one arm at a time or both together for time's sake, just like this. Nice, slow, and controlled. I like to put one foot forward to kind of make sure that I'm balanced in a nice little staggering stance. It doesn't really matter which leg you have forward, okay, because you're focusing on your triceps. 2 more. 1, 2. Good. All right, now let's do the back, rhomboids and lats. Once again, little stance, 1 foot forward. I want you to bend at the waist. I want you to squeeze those shoulder blades together. Squeeze, down. Squeeze, nice, slow, tight squeeze. Get that good squeeze. Hold it for a second, okay, because you're working the upper back. Make sure you hold that squeeze, your shoulder blades together, and down. Good. Good job, everybody. This should feel good. Weights are so good for us. Should be fun, should be good. Let's do one more. Good. All right, now we're going to do some shoulders. Remember, your deltoid shoulder muscle has 3 sections. We're going to do the frontal section first. A little bend in the legs, never lock your knees out, like I said. And you do a frontal raise. Front, down. You're not going to go higher than your shoulders, right? You're just going to go straight up, cross shoulders, and down. You can always do these like Carol Sue is over here on your chair if you need to, like many of you do, which is totally fine also. You don't have to stand, okay? Exactly. Suck your stomach in. Keep that belly button tight into your spine. Remember your core, your midsection, all your stomach and lower back. Right?
Not optional, everybody. Breathe.
One more. Good. And no falling. Right? You don't have to even sit in the chair. Sometimes people have chairs in front of you to hold on to if you need to. Okay? Now we're going to do lateral side, okay, which is like a chicken wings. Remember, once again, a little bit bend in the knees so you don't lock your knees out. You're going to go out to the side and up. So if you want to make it harder like I am, you're going all the way out to the side, just even with your shoulders, and down with your elbows slightly bent. To make it a little bit easier, you can always bend the arms even more. So come out to your side like this, okay? But both of them look like a chicken spreading its wings. A lateral raise for lateral side of your deltoid. Okay, so you can try which ones you can do. Once again, you're going to do about 12 reps. Good, you got about 15 more. Just kidding. 2 more. Good, all right, relax. Now the third part of your deltoid, shoulder, is your posterior deltoid. See how that stance again with one foot forward, a little bit bent so you're staggered so you have your balance. And now instead of squeezing your shoulder blades together, you're going to make a little arc, okay, just like that. So you're still kind of pulling back, okay, so you're working some of your upper back still, but also emphasizing your posterior deltoid, back of your shoulder. Now remember, each muscle group is different. Some of them you can do more weights, some of them are harder. You do not have to do the same weight for every exercise. You might want to do 3 pounds for some, like this. The shoulders are harder. Maybe biceps, some of them are a little bit stronger. You might want to do 5 pounds. You can change your weights depending on the exercise you're doing. All right. One more. Good. All right, looking good. All right, hammer curls. So this is your bicep area, but this is going to be your brachialis, your muscle underneath your bicep brachii. So your palms are up now when we do the first one. Now your thumb is up like this, okay? Just like this. This is called your drinking muscle. Every time you go to grab a drink, you're using this, right? So thumbs up, still just using those elbows, bending them, working the bicep area. Good. Now we're just going to go through each one of these exercises one set. Ideally, if you have time, 2 sets or 3 sets is ideal, okay? It doesn't take long. I always tell you guys, do it while you watch TV, buy some cheap dumbbells at Walmart, wherever you can get them. But the benefits of doing this resistance training are huge. So make sure you're doing them at home or at a gym, wherever you want to do them at. One more. Good. All right, now let's do some squats. So you can do it where you're on a chair, like a chair squat. Or if you feel okay, your knees are okay, then you do it just like I'm going to do. A little bit wider stance with your legs, okay, a little bit hip width, okay? And you're going to make sure that you push through with your heels, not your toes. So you sit like you're sitting on a chair, just like this, okay? This and up, okay? Make sure that you push up those heels, like I said, not your toes. So when I sit back like on a chair, push up those heels, boom. If I push up with my toes like this, a little pressure on your knees. So sit back, on the chair, push up. On the chair, push up. Good, nice, slow and controlled. Once again, if anything ever bothers you, any of the exercises, you make sure that you stop. You don't want to have pain, okay? The knee, shoulders like that. There's many other things you can do. Just skip that one and go to the next one.
Remember to go at your own pace.
Good, let's do one more. Good. All right. Walk it off. Awesome. So like I said, ideally you want to go through this one more time, maybe even 2 more times, 2 or 3 sets, okay? All right, we're going to now move on to a cool down. Thanks, guys.
So we're going to start our cool down with a little balance routine. Remember, balance is important no matter what your age or what your ability. We're going to start out with feet directly together. As my friends are doing, you're going to stand right behind a chair or a counter so you can hold. With feet together, you're going to tighten your tummy, pull that belly button in towards the spine. We're going to hold this for 30 seconds. We're breathing. You can close your eyes to make this harder if you're totally steady. And we're going to relax there. We're going to move on to the next position, heel toe, walking the tightrope. You're going to shift your feet, shift your weight, find your center. We're going to tighten that core, and we're going to hold this position. You can feel all your ankle muscles working, your hips, your core. And we're just breathing here. Remember, you can close your eyes to make it harder, or you could even try changing the surface. Standing on a wood or tile floor and then moving to a carpet will be much more challenging. Good. We're going to relax there. We're going to switch so our other foot is in front. Again, shift your weight, find your center. Keep that core nice and tight. And we're just breathing. Good. Good. Let's relax there. The last one we're going to do is single leg stance. If those last ones felt challenging, you can go back to tandem stance again. For a single leg stance, we're going to stand on one leg. Remember, we want a slight bend in our standing leg, and we want separation between the two legs. And we're going to hold here. Core is still tight, and breathing through it. Again, feel it working all those little muscles. Good. And let's rest there. We're going to go on to the other side. Slight bend in that standing leg, separation between the two, and we're holding here. Good. Keep that core nice and tight. Good. And relax. Shake it out. All right, and we're going to have Hillary continue with the rest of Cooldown.
All right, everybody, let's get ready to cool down. Let's remember, like the warm-up, we don't want to go from nothing to all. With our cool down, we don't want to go from all to nothing. We need to give our body an opportunity to have our heart rate and our blood pressures come down naturally and slowly. We don't want anybody to fall because their blood pressure has dipped too quickly too soon. So when we start here, we've done our stretching, our balance stuff with Carrie, and we're going to move on to stretching now. So think about, as always, belly button to the spine because we're working on that balance piece. We're going to start by standing behind our chair, holding onto our chairs. We're going to take one leg back, press your heel into the ground. With this, drop your hips forward. Many of you I know are going to try to do this at home without anything to be holding onto, but honestly, you get a better stretch when you have the ability to just kind of relax into that stretch a little bit more. Front knee is over your ankle. Back leg, you might need to adjust it. It might need to come in a little bit. It might need to go out a little bit further, but we want you to feel that stretch into the calf. Remember, breathe. When things hurt, we tend to hold our breath. So when we get to the point where we're stretching, really think about that breath and breathing. Hold that. And let's switch on and move on to the other side. Again, back heel is flat on the ground. Front knee is over your ankle and hips are dropped forward towards the chair. Breathing and hold this. Think about how you can just had a great workout and we're getting these muscles stretched out. And bring that back leg halfway in. Toes are to the ceiling on the front leg. We're holding onto the chair for balance because we want to actually push our hips out behind us so that we're getting a nice deep stretch. If you are tight like I am right now, you're probably going to feel it all the way up to the back of your leg, into your hamstrings. And then that means you need to do a lot more stretching like I do. And other side. Toes to your nose, sit back, hips out behind you. Try to keep yourself square if you can. And breathe. And come on up. Standing here, roll your shoulders back and down. Drop those shoulders back and down. Do not force this, but drop your ear to one side. If it hurts, don't do it, but just get a nice stretch. You're going to take the opposite arm and push it down and away. Feel the stretch a little bit deeper. And back to center. And other side, ear to your shoulder. Press that arm down and away. Don't force anything. If you're here, snap, crackle, pop. That's what I'm listening to right now. Just make sure nothing hurts. And chin up. Again, do not force this, but you're thinking about stretching out the front of your neck, so you're thinking about chin towards the ceiling. And then chin forward. When you do this, I want you to actually tuck your chin back a little bit. If you're tight in your upper back and neck, you're going to feel a pretty decent stretch with this. And come back to center. Shake it out, everybody. Loosen your body up. We're going to take a nice deep breath, come up, touch above our head, and then open palms to the ceiling and fingers down to the ground. As all of you should know, this is my very favorite stretch. And why? Because we lose this range of motion in our wrists as we age. So, what am I going to ask you to do when you're at home? Because you're at home, go up against the wall. Play with it. Move your arm up and down, fingers in, fingers out. You keep it so that you feel a good stretch. Again, don't force it. I know you're all going to be walking around home, leaving fingerprints all over your walls. And arms down. Roll those shoulders back and down. Arms are coming behind you. Now, for some of you, just remember, pull the shoulder blades back and down. Try not to roll the shoulders forward. That is a perfectly natural and normal thing. We want to think about pulling those shoulder blades back and down, and arms can come behind you. Some of you, you can touch behind. Some of you just put your arms back down by your side, and others might need a little more of a stretch. Again, listen to your body. Do not force things, but really think about how I just rolled my shoulders forward. You want to pull your shoulders back. And shake it out again. Now, everybody have a seat. Don't get too comfy. We're going to scoot out towards the end of our chair. If you have a harder chair is better because you're going to have something firmer to use to get your stretches. If you have a chair that has a dip in the back, come to the front. This is a great hip stretch. We're going to do a couple of different ones, so find one that's appropriate for you. And again, if something hurts, don't do it. And we're going to continue to breathe. So we're going to start with a figure 4. Pick your leg up. You can drop your knee down to the side. If that's uncomfortable, if it's too far to do it that way, you can cross and turn ever so slightly. But we're going to start with that figure 4, applying a little bit of pressure on your leg to drop it down. If you need more of a stretch, you're going to keep your upper body straight and lean into that and breathe the whole entire time. This is when everybody holds their breath. We want to start bringing everything down, and breathing helps. Feel that stretch. Smile, because it makes it so much better. You all know that. And we're all smiling under these masks. You can tell by the eyes, everyone. Tell by the eyes. And let's go to the other side. Again, figure 4. If this hurts, you do not do it. Nice and tall, like somebody was pulling your spine out of the top of your head. You can apply a little pressure to drop that leg down, the knee out. Again, don't do it if it hurts. We're going to lean forward into that, and you're going to get a little bit of a deeper stretch. Do not hold your breath. Breathe. And here we go. Toes pointing straight ahead. Legs are more than shoulder width apart. You want to open up in the hips and flat back down, keeping your head and chin up. You can feel a nice stretch in your hips. If you need to come down onto your elbows to feel something, go for it. And hold this and breathe. And then you can use your arm and drop your shoulder down, and you're going to press your leg out ever so slightly, and you're going to get more of an inner thigh stretch. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Remember that. Remember, no falling, breathing's not optional, and no choking, because we don't like any of those here at Cardiac and Pulmonary Rehab. Other side. Feel that inner thigh stretch, and breathe. And come on back to the center. Shake it out a little bit. Toes to the nose. For this, you really need to think about your body position. So we're pulling our toes to our nose. Get comfortable. If it's a little more than shoulder width apart, it's a little bit closer. I want you to feel like you're going to stay on your chair. And we're just going to nice straight back. Just lean forward. Make sure whatever you are sitting on is sturdy and that you're not going to pick the back of your chair up and fall on the ground. We do not like that at all. Just lean forward. If you are tight in your lower back, you're going to feel a nice stretch here. Lean and breathe. And come on up, everyone. If you're sitting in a chair, I just want you to look over your back shoulder. And other side. Come back to center. One arm is out in front of you. Other arm is across, and you're going to pull your arm across your body using your opposite arm. And other arm straight out in front and across your body. And nice deep breath. Exhale, we're going to do one more of these. Up. Exhale, and everybody, pat yourselves on the back. You've done a great job today. Thank you so much for doing this. Remember, the only person that can take care of you is you, and you deserve it. So do something for yourself every single day. Thanks so much.